Hey guys, I'm WUSA Season 3, Episode 165. So, just arrived back at home. It's evening, and I'm in the car by myself because I just dropped one of my kids off at church youth group. So now I have a chance to talk with you for a few minutes as I'm heading back home and kind of catch you up on what happened today. So, you were all caught up last night about everything that was going on, and I went back to the room and went to sleep. Got about 2 hours of sleep, so of course today I was pretty tired. Drove all the way home. When we got up this morning, there is like a little breakfast place at the casino where we were staying, and we went down there and got some yogurt for me and some bagels with cream cheese for them and some juices and whatever else, some chips and things to take with us. And while they were waiting for their food to be ready, I went into the casino just to do one lap and see what I could find. I knew for sure that the blackjack would not be open because it's not a very big casino, but I thought maybe I could get some kind of EV just by looking at slots and other things that they had. And I was right. Actually, the first machine I found was a high variance machine, good EV, and I put $100 in that machine, and that's all I needed. It was $5 per spin, and that machine, paid out. I was only involved for, looks like, $37 when it hit, and it paid out $656.22. So that was beautiful. Went on to a couple other games now. These couple other games, you know how sometimes I tell you there's certain machines that no one checks? Well, these machines in my local area are always completely dead. There's someone checking them every 2 minutes. You never find a play. It seems like in this casino, nobody checks them. So I had a $63 hit, some $27 hits, so I had some decent ones, but only found like 3 or 4 small plays overall, and ended up ahead $794. So plus $794 in about 20 minutes before we had breakfast. And I headed back to where my wife and son were, and they were taking the bags toward the parking garage. I helped them out, we loaded up, and we took off. So from there, both of them were pretty exhausted, so they slept a lot of the way. But a few hours into our trip, there was a casino that I'd never been to, and I mapped it out. Since I was all alone, everybody was sleeping, I had a little bit of time to do some research. I mapped it out, and it wasn't too far off our track, so I ended up stopping there, and I wanted to kind of investigate and see what this casino was like, and then also to see if there was any food for us for lunch. I ended up playing 2 slots. One of them was 1 spin, and one of them was just about 2 or 3 minutes, and ended up ahead $43 on that. And then looked at blackjack and some other things, and talked to some friends of mine, messaging back and forth about this place, and discovered that it's probably not the best place to play blackjack anyway. Not that I was going to, because obviously we were on our drive home, but got to see what the place was like, and I doubt that I would visit it too often, but if I'm driving by maybe once or twice a year, I may drop by, maybe for an hour or so. I noticed that they do have a poker room. It's only like 5 tables, though. It's pretty small. They have sports betting. They have a big high limit area, lots of slots, and maybe 4 or 5 tables as well. So that was pretty cool. We got some lunch, and while we were getting lunch, my son saw a what do you call those, Cybertruck, the Tesla trucks, and it was all painted and it had like a nice whatever angry face on it, and he thought that was really cool, and he wanted to take a picture with it. Or he just wanted to take a picture of it. But I pulled up to where these guys were charging it, and I said, "Do you mind if my son takes a picture with it?" And they said, "No, that's fine." So we got a picture, and we continued our journey home. And for the next many hours, I drove while the two of them slept in the car, and I did stop for gas, got gas, and continued on my trip, and made it all the way home. And as soon as I walked in the door, the kids said hello, and my daughter said, "Dad, can you take me to youth group?" I'm like, "No, I really don't want to, and you're already going to be late," but she really insisted. She likes seeing her friends, and she likes learning and, hanging out with them. So no harm, no problem. I'm a little tired, but, I've got 4 hours sleep in the last 2 days, more than 2 days, right? So a little bit tired, but what are you going to do? I took her, and talking to you guys now, heading back home. This is Sunday night right now. Shoot, you know what? I may have to go hit one more casino today. Anyway, all right, I'm going to let you go right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So went back home, hung around there for a while, came back, picked up the kid, took her home, and everything is done there. And now I am actually going to make one stop to try to make a little bit of money, maybe $50, maybe $100, whatever I can get, and then I'll be back home. So right now it's dark, and I'm going to go ahead and go to one casino, and hopefully, who knows, make a little, who knows what, 100, 500, and then I'll be back home. So nice day right now. It rained a little bit earlier. Right now it's like the roads are just a little bit wet, but it's like that perfect day where the humidity is all gone. It's like it's exactly 70 degrees outside, a nice sky, the sunset just went by, a nice, really bright red, beautiful sunset behind some clouds, and just overall good. The only downside is I'm tired, but I need to do this. It's free EV. We're just gonna go and give it a shot, hopefully bring home some cash. So I'm gonna let you go right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. So many times I will come to this casino on a weekend just because it's the closest place to where I live, and sometimes I'll find a pearl somewhere, some kind of good play, and it would be worth the trip. Today I came over just to see what I could do. I had the time, I was tired, but I was available, and I didn't have anything left to do tonight other than sleep, which I will do when I get home, but I decided to take the risk and come out. So I walk in and I see pretty much nothing, but not because I see a lot of people checking machines. I just don't see any active things. I know there's at least one or two people walking around. I can tell that, but there are some tiny little plays that are left, and I really don't play those. They were just so small, it wasn't really worth it. I did make one play though at a $4 per spin level. So from now on, I'm just going to round numbers off. Sometimes it'll be 350, 375, 328, 88, whatever. I'm just going to round them because it's easier, and it just makes it the story flow better, let's just say. Okay, there's other reasons too, but we're going to call it $4 a spin. So I sit down, $4 a spin, boom, $100 gone in 2 seconds. Put another 100 in, start, leveling off. I'm down about 150. I finally hit what I'm going for, and I walk away ahead a whopping $9. So I'm ahead $9. I go to another area of the casino, and I am checking out machines, and I see a carousel that has 3 machines on there, and I checked the first 2, nothing there. There's a guy and his friend getting up off another machine, and I wait for them to get up. He walks away. He leaves his player's card in the machine. I call him over. I tell him he's got his player's card in there. He takes it, walks away, and he looks at me, right? So now he knows that I took his machine, right? Walks away, don't see him for a while. I sit down, I play it through, and at first it was giving me a tough time. It wasn't paying much at all, but finally I hit what I was going for, and it was a nice payout, very unexpected payout, about $600 higher than expected. And by the time I walk away from that machine, I'm ahead $858. So the EV on that was probably $250, and I probably made, let's say, $550 more than expected on that one. So some positive variance there. I walk away. I'm checking these other machines. Some of these are just broken all the time, and I can't understand that when you pull out the box for a machine that has all the money in it, and there's $0 in there, do you not notice that there's no money in there and maybe the feeder is broken? Or do you just continue to take $0 out of the machine for weeks and weeks at a time? This specific machine, I've even told them, will not accept any bills. And it's been months probably. Actually, I would say accurately 3 months at least that it's been broken. Anyway, there's a lady at the machine next to it, and she's got it in a position where it's going to pay soon. And it's one of these machines where you put out a lot of money and you get a big win, but the actual EV is tiny. So, you might put out $400 and you're going to get back like $418 or something like that. So if you're trying to get points, it's worth it, but otherwise, it's just, you'll probably make money, but it's a lot of money to put out there to make a little bit. But I watched her for a while, and she's like, I just don't want to get up off this machine, and she's calling her friends over, and none of her friends, even the guy friends, none of them are willing to lend her any money to play this machine to keep going. And after about 10 minutes, I just say, I'm just going to leave, because it's not worth waiting around for. So I took one more lap of the casino and didn't see anything else, and I decided just to call it a night. At that point, I'd been in this place for probably 45 minutes to an hour, and like I said, I ended up leaving ahead $858. Amazing sometimes how things go. If you'll recall, this morning I made almost 800 and then another 50. We'll call that 850 and another 850 now. So that's $1,700 I made just on slot machines off easy plays. And you never know when it's going to happen. You just have to be at the right place at the right time. And the guy was getting up and nobody had checked that machine yet. I sat down. It was perfect. I played it and I ended up hitting. So took a picture of that. That's a nice one. That's a keeper. I'll add it to my other pictures. So on my phone, and I do back it up to my computer at home, but I take pictures, good slot win pictures. And it doesn't have to be like thousands of dollars, but where am I here? Oh, okay. I took the wrong turn, but it's okay. This will get me where I need to be too. So I take pictures of good slot wins, and what I mean by good slot wins is not necessarily dollar amount, but increment of the bet amount. So if it's $1 spin and it pays $280, that's a good payout. It's 280 times the bet. 60 cents and it pays $190, that's a picture. So in this case, it was a good payout as well because it was like over 200 times the bet. So I took that picture. But I've got all these pictures in my phone and then back them up to my home computer. Right now, I'm over 3,200 pictures in the last couple years, 2 years, just of slot wins. So, I'm glad I was able to add that to my portfolio of things that I know, and I really want to get into sports betting. If I can find a way to do it while I'm on the road, even if it means having another laptop in the car other than my work laptop, if I can arbitrage and it's worth it, where I'm not putting out tens of thousands to win dozens of dollars, then I would like to do that. And I have not gotten a bonus from any sports betting site, so it's all still open to me, I believe. So anyway, right now we're heading home, and tomorrow is going to be a rare Monday that I travel because I'm still off work tomorrow. So with that in mind, I'm going to go to an area I hardly ever visit because I'm going to have plenty of time, and because hopefully I'm going to have that hotel. Actually, that host did leave a message on my phone, and I didn't check it yet, but she left it yesterday, and I think I'm going to have that hotel room for 3 nights. So I'll be in that area for 3 days. So let's go to an area that's totally different than that Monday, and we'll see what happens with that. So let me check that message. I'll come back. All right, guys, let's call it a day. We'll start fresh tomorrow. We're going to have a nice long day tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.